Big Z Reviews. Death on the Nile is the second modern retelling of the classic Hercule Poirot crime mysteries. And I actually think I like this one more than the first. But still, I don't know how much it actually makes itself worthy or on its own that is important as a film. Like, it doesn't really do anything that new or special with Hercule Poirot, but I still did enjoy it.
Someone is dead.
The crime is murder. The murderer is one of you.
Were you aware of any grudges?
Madame is used to getting what she wants.
Never again is what she
I don't feel safe here. I don't feel safe with any of them.
So this is once again starring Kenneth Branagh as Hercule Poirot, and he's also directing it. And they have a new large list of actors that are all together in this one location. Well, they're traveling Egypt now, but like they're all on like a boat essentially, and he has to figure out which one's a murderer. So essentially, they went on a murder cruise. But I like that this time around they actually gave Hercule a little bit of a backstory. I feel like in the first one, if you weren't familiar with him, they didn't really tell you why you should care about this guy or who he is. And I feel like they gave him a backstory about his mustache and maybe what happened to his love of his life and why he's a detective and why he's so obsessed. They actually did more kind of, building a backstory of who, Hercule Poirot is. And I appreciated that. And I think that this one, I mean, the filmmaking is great. I like the filmmaking. I like all the actors. And the mystery, I think I like the mystery is a little bit better than the first one. Like, I've probably seen some version of it, like, sometime in my life. But I didn't remember anything about who the killer was or even who was going to be killed. But there are a couple things that, like, at certain points when there's, like, a look a character gives to the camera or something they mention about, oh, where is my such and such? And it's like, oh, of course, that's going to be the big mystery, and it's like, it was. And I think one thing that made the mystery a little less, but I think one thing that made the mystery, like, a little easier to solve is that even though you had a whole boat of people that maybe wanted to murder or that were upset with the person that was murdered, I feel like they didn't have enough of a reason to actually murder her. Like, so many of the red herrings, they didn't really have too strong of a reason to commit murder. And I feel like that was a bit of a letdown. But I assume they did how the book does it. So it's like asking them to change the classic. I wouldn't want that. But I think maybe the way they kind of laid out some of the clues, it was just like, oh, now I know that they did this. I don't want to spoil it, but like I watch a lot of mystery stuff. I enjoy it, and I was looking for clues, watching, and that's one good thing. I mean, they do it if they let you be a part of it because it is solvable, as the viewer. And I think there's only the one thing I wasn't sure about was because I knew some trick that was going on, but I thought this other person might have been involved, but because of what the trick was. But that was like if they had done more to make that person more suspect, I think it would have been better as a red herring. But like they didn't really succeed in that just because, like, well, why would that person want the other person dead? So there's a lot of stuff with like that. A lot of the cast members, they didn't like the person that was killed, but they didn't think they had a reason to kill him, but still there's some great twists and turns and reveals, and some murders. Although, like, a climactic scene involves the 22, and I'm not going to spoil it, but if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. And I don't think a 22 bullet would be able to do that. I think but it was supposed to be a big climatic scene, so like okay, fine. But the whole cast like is Annette Bening, Russell Brand. It's just there's a lot of people. Letitia Wright, and I like that like there's like a jazz singer, a blues singer, and I like that they have the sound of it. There's great songs, but too they have this. They must have used the old recording devices and speakers and stuff. They have that tone that you don't get nowadays from recording equipment. Like I know that Jack White did he did like a whole session with a bunch of musicians like recording old music, like and using the old audio like recording devices, and it sounds just like that. I don't know if they have anything to do with it, but like, I really like the music, and and overall I enjoyed it. It wasn't anything like that special, but it was an enjoyable mystery film. What do you really want from a Hercule Poirot movie? But I liked it. I probably give like a 7.75 out of 10. But thanks for watching. If you want to see more of me, you can subscribe down below. Thanks.